What's going on? We got another video out of Dallas. Before we get into it, subscribe to the channel and turn your notification bell on. That way you can be notified every time I drop videos on this channel. Let's dive right into the topic. As you guys can see from the title down below, Tyron Smith, he has announced his retirement from the NFL from the Dallas Cowboys. So just 2 months ago, we had got recent news about Zach Martin retirement. Now Tyron Smith, he is the second Cowboys player that is being retired from the NFL in his career, and he's played for 14 years. He's been with the Cowboys for a long time. Their relationship has been long, and now he has called it a quits. He's called in his retirement, so I do hope he enjoys it and he just spends time with his family and just do whatever, just kind of lay back and just kind of relax. So he the news actually spiraled not too long ago, so he did give it a 1 day to just make it really official that he is leaving from the NFL. His playing career is over. It is over for him. So I actually think this is really good for him. This is a really good move. Like I stated before, a lot of players, they just know when it's time to retire. A lot of them know when it's time to go ahead and hang it up, especially if you've been doing this for a long time. You want to go ahead and retire, and then it may be something else that you really like, that you want to kind of get your hand into and see, where you can actually flow with it. But this is good. Congrats to you, Tyron. You've been with the Cowboys for a minute. You've had a lot of kind of ups and downs, more downs. I'm just kidding, with the Cowboys. But, thank you for your presence playing in the NFL, brother. Thank you for just the time that you've done. So let's read this article, what ESPN had to say about his retirement. All right. Tyron Smith signs 1-day deal to retire with Cowboys. Frisco, Texas. Tyron Smith was 20 years old when he was drafted into the first round by the Dallas Cowboys in 2011. Now 34, Smith retired as a Cowboy on Wednesday, signing a 1-day deal to make it official after spending last season with the New York Jets. Injuries to his back, neck, knee, ankle have finally caught up to him. Of course, all those injuries that they constantly get throughout the year, I mean, it do catch up to you. It really do. As this past year and over the years of injuries and things like that, just kind of felt like it was the right time to hang it up. Smith said, "I don't want to be that guy down the line to where I'm struggling, and I want to be healthy for my kids. The decision came, and it came easy. I realized how much I put into this NFL, and I felt proud of what I did." Smith had had a conversation with owner and general manager Jerry Jones about ending his career as a Cowboy when 9-time Pro Bowler Zach Martin announced his retirement in February. "There was no question I was going to retire a Cowboy," says Smith, who made the Pro Bowl 8 times with his time with the Cowboys. And there was no question Jones wanted that to happen. "It was like losing a family member where he went to the Jets, really was," Jones said, "and I couldn't talk to him. I couldn't have small talk. We had some great times in his career about things you could talk personal about. I had a tough time picking up the phone when he left us. So it was a great pleasure that I had put that old Jones on this contract today, that this will be the last one he signs in the NFL." Yeah. I mean, anytime you leave, the relationship that you have with the players, the coaches, your teammates, it dies down. It do. So they're gonna miss him for sure. But he's put his time into playing, and now he's like, you know what? It's done. I do want to retire as a Cowboy, so I'm gonna go ahead and get on out this door. And like he stated, he wants to be healthy for his children. Of course, you're just 34. He's still young. He may look old, but he's still young. 34 is young. So you want to make sure that he's still there for his kids, for his family. That way he can just be around and do other things and just try other ventures outside of the NFL. Teammates from throughout Smith's tenure were on hand at the start for Smith announcements, including Martin, Dak Prescott, DeMarcus Ware, Lael Collins, Tyler Biadasz, and Micah Parsons. Jason Garrett, Smith's first head coach, with the Cowboys was also in attendance. Smith was the first pick of the Garrett era, and he was the first offensive line the Cowboys selected in the first round since 1981. Since taking Smith, the Cowboys have taken 4 other first-round offensive linemen: Travis Frederick 2013, Martin 2014, Tyler Smith 2022, and Tyler Guyton in 2024. I can remember Jason had a real affinity for changing our pattern of not using that high a draft pick on an offensive lineman, Jones said. We usually thought it was going to be a pressure player, a corner, that nature, and he just had such a promise. He played right tackle as a rookie before moving to left tackle for the remainder of his career. You look at his combine picture, and he sure doesn't look like an offensive lineman. Executive Vice President Stephen Jones said he was cut and he was the obvious choice for us. Jerry Jones says Smith and Martin will one day be put in the team's ring of honor. Both players will be eligible for the Pro Bowl Football Hall of Fame in 2030. When Smith met the media for the first time in 2011 after he was drafted, he said, "I think I have the potential to be a Pro Bowler and a Hall of Famer." See, you gotta have that mindset, y'all. Gotta have that mindset. Yes, I can do this. I can grow, and I will get there. I will get there. It is an honor to say that you were a Dallas Cowboy in your career, Jerry Jones said, and I want to be the first one shaking your hand going into that NFL Hall of Fame. That's right. That is right. So Tyron Smith, again, thank you for your time and the career. You had your ups and downs, like I said, with the Cowboys, and then you did your last season with the New York Jets. So you retired as a Cowboy. You always wanted to retire as a Cowboy, and that is exactly what you did. So thank you for the time that you put into the NFL. Now go enjoy your family. Go enjoy wherever else life brings you to and your other adventures. Okay, so you guys comment down below what y'all think about Tyron Smith retiring. I think it's a good thing. So now the Cowboys, they're going to have some holes to fill. Once the draft is here, they're going to have some holes to fill, which they'll be able to do it in the draft and all the teams. So again, thank you, Tyron, for the time that you put into the NFL. So enjoy your family and whatever else comes to you. Like, share this video with everyone that you know. And I will see you guys in the next clip. Y'all be safe.